Oh my God. You didn't close that window. The whole window's gone. I am never going to trust you kids. Hi, I'm Daz and she's Bee, and we're on a 12-week road trip round France with our boys and our greyhound Sammy. Join us as we explore the history, beauty and fun we can squeeze in while getting to grips with the challenges of working and home educating on the road as a family in France, living a life less ordinary as we escape in the motorhome. Hello, welcome to the channel if you're new. Just to get you up to date, we left the UK in mid-June and went on the Channel Tunnel across to France, and we're here for 3 months. But 2 days before we left, one of our wing mirrors fell off and got run over by a bus, so we're on the hunt for a new wing mirror. It's all right, mister.
He's just spotted some rabbits across the way,
yes.
So you can't have the rabbits, Sammy.
And then 3 days into the trip, all 3 hinges on our bathroom door snapped and our bathroom door fell off. And we've been on the hunt for hinges ever since. And we've got some, possibly coming in from Italy. Well, bonjour everybody. Now, today, we're off to see Chateau de Chambord, which is about 6.5 kilometres away from here. So, we've decided we're going to take les velos. The only problem is, we're one bike short. So, I decided, because I've not been doing much running recently, that I might run this 6k. I've also got to then run the 6k back. So I'm in two minds about this. Bike hire place is open in about 5 minutes, and I've now got the choice of maybe taking a bike. The bike hire prices here are €16 for a day with a €100 deposit. You know, we've been spending quite a lot of money, but equally we've got some cash from the Airbnb that we can spend on things like this, so I don't have to run and turn up sweaty. So I'm going to pop down there in a second and just see what they've got on offer. Oh, and good news, I've had an update from Amazon.it, and the hinges should be here on site before 8 PM tonight.
Oh, ignorance is bliss. Little did we know that it was all going to go horribly wrong in just over 24 hours. Good morning. We are going to cycle to Chateau de Chambord. Everyone is clearly delighted. We're just waiting for Daddy to hire his assisted bike. Hi guys! Yes, this is a superb idea. How's a lecky bike?
I've been going on Phoenix pace at the moment.
Oh, go, go, go.
Eat my dirt!
Blimey! Don't kill the children! I'm just trying to interpret this map, and it says Le Loire à vélo, and it's orange dashes, and we are here, vous êtes ici, and that'll take us all the way down to the chateau.
Go through the wall,
Yeah?
follow it down.
Yeah, let's just do it. So we're now in the grounds of Chateau de Chambord. Apparently they are the size of Paris. Hectares and hectares of space. It's absolutely beautiful, and we were really reluctant and worried to go along the main road, but suddenly we're in this natural paradise of the grounds of the chateau. It's gorgeous. Yes, apparently this chateau was built by a very young king who wanted to impress, but it didn't get finished hundreds of years later when Louis XIV was on the throne, because we all know that he loved opulence. Versailles wasn't enough, he had to finish Chambord as well. Of course everybody wants to have a go on the power-assisted bike, but maybe not me. I can just see myself being thrown into the long grass. It was Francis I that had the vision of Chambord. He wanted to build this most magnificent, enormous palace. But actually people still don't know who the architect actually was. And there are rumours, because of course we know that Leonardo da Vinci has links to the area, there are rumours that it possibly could have been Leonardo da Vinci's plans. Do you think that's a myth? I don't know. But he did die in a chateau in France. So it's time for another really bad bees history lesson, because I don't know my French history massively well, apart from the Sun King. So, Loire Valley Chateaus. Why are there so many chateaus running along the Loire? far as I can make out in very simple terms, and the northeast of France at one point in time was in the hands of the Burgundians, and that includes Paris. So that would have been where you would naturally place your chateaus if you were the king. But unfortunately, the Burgundians had power over the northeast, and the Burgundians were allies of the English. And the English had power and had the land in the northwest of France, above the Loire. And below the Loire, basically most of the south of France, the area where the king was recognised as the true king of France. So they needed to build some castles to protect themselves, but also as war died away after the 100 Years' War, they were able to make them less like fortresses and more like beautiful playgrounds for the rich and the famous and the royal, which is why you've got these wonderfully ostentatious manifestations of power dotted along the Loire. And once they built along there, they realised they quite liked it there. So I suppose if you're king and you quite like where you live, you try and persuade all of your court to come with you. And that was something interesting that I read about Francis, or Francois the First, was that when he wanted to move to different chateaux or royal residences, because he often used to come to Chambord to do hunting, understandably because it's massive, his entire court, thousands of people, would come with him. But not just the entire court, it would be all of his furniture as well. Every single piece of furniture. I mean, I've got some favourite bits, but they don't need to come with me on my holes. Surely could have just filled another royal residence with a whole bunch of nice things. Anyway, all the furniture would come with, and this is the most crazy thing, even the floorboards. So you could take your floorboards too. I'm wondering whether floorboards were perhaps a real hassle to make, and maybe that's why they just plonked them down. Wherever I lay my crown, that's my castle. Well, Chambord suddenly appeared to us after us turning a corner, and it is incredible. So we've arrived at the chateau. It took us a little while to find the bike park, but it's like a little village in front of it, which is understandable because it kind of is the size of an entire city, this place. So you've got a wine house and a huge gift shop, toilets and all sorts.
I was just admiring these hinges. It looks like something we should get on Stampy. Childproof.
Right, so this is the double helix with a window. So you three are going to go that way, and Etienne and I are going to go the other way. See you in a minute. Ready for this? Yeah. How many fireplaces do they have, Etienne? 282 fireplaces. So no worries, you'll keep yourself warm in this expansive place. Où est Papa? Das? There you are. So, people say this double spiral staircase was inspired by Leonardo da Vinci. And it is definitely a spectacle. Very, very clever. We will never meet. And the 4 rooms that surround this staircase form a Greek cross. So this is pretty cool. My favourite, the Sun King, he actually had a theatre in one of the rooms in Chambord. And here it is, the Louis XIV Theatre. It's not the biggest stage in the world, is it, boys? But I'm guessing these front 2 chairs are for the king and whoever he was selecting to be his mistress at that point in time. Definitely getting Versailles vibes off this place. Just missing the Grand Basin. I can only imagine what went on in there, Louis XIV's bedchamber. When Louis XIV used to get up and go to bed, he'd have an audience with him. Okay, people would watch him. There'd be a sequence of people helping him get up, helping him go to the toilet, but everyone would stand here, where we are, and watch him like an audience. They do that with births as well. Watch him go to sleep, watch him get up. It was a ceremony. Marie-Therese, Louis XIV's wife. This is her bedchamber. I feel kind of sorry for her because of all of the mistresses and stuff, but she had her own fun. And just like at Blois, Francois' salamander appeared everywhere. So this is the Chambord clock. It was located on the second floor and kept time at the chateau for 3 centuries. Oh look, I spy Sun King on the shutters. And no visit to Chambord is complete without walking the perimeter of the roof terraces. It gives you a chance to get up close and look at that amazing architecture, and you get a chance to look out at the formal chateau grounds. And as an interesting note, they do allow dogs in the grounds too. So this is Philippe, Duc d'Orléans, which is Louis XIV's brother. And he was very famous because he liked the men, and he also used to cross-dress. He was a fascinating character because he was very strong and led many battles too against the English and the Dutch. Even Marie Antoinette manages to get her portrait in here. Lucky lady. There she is with her head. After exploring some of the chateau's grounds and having, of course, the obligatory ice cream, we knew it was time to get back on our bikes and head back to camp. Well, Daz is down by the river and he's droning on, but I'm just trying to cook and there is no gas left. So this is Etty on the assisted bike. Put it into supersonic mode then, off you pop. Whoa! Knowing our time along the Loire was nearly up, Daz decided to go out that evening to catch some drone footage.
Good morning everyone, welcome to a brand new day. This is the last day on our campsite, so I've been making the most of the on-site water and I've been sponging Stampy down and giving him a bit of a spray. Last night the gas ran out whilst I was out on an errand on the hired e-bike. Came back, turned out the spanner I thought I'd brought with me, I hadn't actually brought with me, so I had to get an on-site technician guy to come along and undo the gas so we could switch it over. We switched it over to the camping gas 907 bottle, which I've had kicking around in my shed for probably 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, something like that. It's got a tiny bit of gas left in it, but I've read online that the Super U, which is just across the way there, actually does quite a good deal on refills. So yes, hinges update. So the hinges were supposed to arrive from Italy between the 22nd and the 26th, which is when we're on site here. Got a message last night saying they're now coming the 27th to the 29th when we're not here. I'm going to have hinges here, but I'm going to be 100, 200 miles away. And we'll still be carrying around a bathroom door.
Being eternally optimistic, we decided to find a free park up 5 minutes away from the campsite in the hope that we could catch the post person next morning. So we decided to stay in the area for another night in the hope that it might magically appear the following day at reception in our campsite. But we can't stay there any longer because our week stay has finished. Daz has found a nice park up right by the Loire again, and so we're hoping there'll be space for us when we come back from Loire, where we're going to go and have our last night of pizza by the river with our friends before we say a biento until September. And yeah, this is a superb view. No facilities, but no money to pay either. Here's our window. About to go to bed. Do you know what? The nightlife round here is so disrespectful. Quieten it down, guys. Come on.
Good morning everyone, welcome to another day in France. Right, well after our lovely stay by the Loire River last night, which actually came with its own free Val de la Loire internet, which was pretty fast, and it gave us an opportunity to download a film we bought off of Amazon Prime. So we're now back at Chateau de Chambord campsite. I'm going to see if the post has been, and if not we'll hang around until it does come today, and then we'll shoot off to a kids play park about an hour away from here. Okay, so I just spotted the post van. There's a little parcel and a big parcel. I don't think it's one of ours. Oh my god. You didn't close that window. The whole window's gone. I am never going to trust you kids. Okay, my cheeks are tingling. We have hinges. I would be more over the moon had this window not fallen off between here and our stay. So we've now got to go immediately and try and find the window in the side of the road, and hopefully it's not smashed to bits.
Kind of blaming myself. Can't believe this has happened. No window. So our luck has officially run out.
So join us next time as we try to fix Stampy and keep our spirits up on a road trip we don't want to give up on. Until our next escape, thanks for watching.